Well, it's not long till the new year is here, 2010, and I thought it would be a really good time to remind people to start to visualise how you want the following year to be. A great way to do this is to create something like this, an inspiration journal for the year ahead. So it's kind of, it's a more visual way of planning and attracting the sort of things that you want over the year. And it's a great way to motivate yourself and to stay on track. The amazing thing is it's really, really powerful too. Beginning of this year, 2009, this is the paper that I used to cover my inspiration journal, and as you can see it's butterflies and flowers. And one of the things I think that I talked about in here is expecting the best. You know, it's a year, there's my muse, Max Gimlet, and this quote was central to everything that I wanted, and that look in the direction you want to be, talk in the direction you want to be, and never look back over your shoulder about where you have come from. If you can pull that off, as soon as tomorrow you will have evidence of your veritable fortune. And one of the intentions I had was finally, after so many years of being on my own, attracting someone who is my equal mind, body and spirit. And I happened to meet a guy who's a butterfly collector. So I never knew that when I started out this journal and had that on the front. Then as you can see, one of my friends gave me for my birthday this year this beautiful flower, and people always called me the flower girl because of the ability to help encourage a bit of positivity. So just briefly get you started, get yourself a visual diary, and by that it's really important it has no lines. I go to an art shop and I get really nice journals that have got really beautiful paper because it feels really nice to write on. And then I just go around and I collect images. There's my friend Max Gimlet with Barack Obama following his inauguration and win. Of course you're all familiar with the Happy at Work book that's going to be released this year. Reminding myself that having that published, that I wanted to do some stuff around the Colour Girl brand that I did this year. To find something, a deep abiding love, and to go on a holiday, which funnily enough my mother's just said recently she's going to shut me to London in 3 weeks time. So kind of without even doing anything about it, it's started to attract itself to me. The whole thing about dreaming big, having big dreams, a reminder from my favourite horoscope book, astrologyzone.com, about the fact that there's going to be something this year's It's a fantastic year for some big things to happen, and that was really important because actually it was quite a tough year, as I'm sure everyone will know. 2009 for many is a year to remember, like the Great Depression. It was pretty tough on everyone, so glimmers of hope like that has just kept me centred on what I did want. Big thing for me is like cutting up my credit cards. So this is from a book I got my daughter, Girls Office, how do you say it? You know, anyway. And it's saying budgeting is like weight control. If you don't keep an eye on the figures, they start to add up. And so that's been a big discipline for me. Thinking about your Achilles heel. The whole thing about being passionate about what you do. Without passion, you don't have energy. Without energy, you have nothing. By Donald Trump. And this is a painting that a favourite artist of mine who appears in Happy at Work, Mark Olson, created, called Cassandra. So just skipping through, generally you can see there's little quotes, there's pictures, important to have the path with heart. Yeah, the whole thing about investing in myself and what I wanted to do. And yeah, sometimes you have to talk it up, imagine you're greater than you actually feel you are. Aligning with my interests, colour, health, well-being, spirituality, simplicity, artists, travel, passion, pampering, photography, they're all things that I'm starting to morph into. And then here is what many of you who are wanting to attract their soulmate, if we can zoom in on that, that was the picture I created before I met my partner. And so I had all the qualities that were really important to me. And you can see I even drew a flower, and now I own it. Now I have my flower, and I didn't have that before. And I wrote down the qualities that I wanted, and then when I did meet Laurie, I thought, well, I should ask him what qualities was he looking for, and then he ticked the ones that I had, and I ticked the ones he had, and as you can see, there's a lot of ticks there. There's the butterfly, there's the flower. Maybe that will happen, I don't know. He bought me some diamond earrings for now. That's an intention of mine for the first time for a long time. I've been a commitment phobic. having these inspirational pictures, and belief and desire are the beginning of all achievement. So I just find these quotes really sustain me during times when I think, how the hell am I going to achieve that? Talking about achievements, because sometimes you can think, what did I actually achieve over the year? So every time something happens that's significant, I write the date and then I write down what actually happened. To remind myself, yeah, I did start the Colour Girl, I did start a new website, I did rent out my house, I did start architecture. Long story made short, I finished architecture in the same year, and yeah, the New Zealand Herald commissioned me to write an article, various things that happened, meeting Laurie, and it just reminds me, actually, yeah, it was a good year. And then at the back, inspirational energy from colour and all these things that I can start to go through and tick. Yeah, I did do all these things. And so I'm just getting ready to make my book for next year. So I look forward to seeing what you create. Send me a picture, a JPEG or something to thecolourgirl.com. And yeah, I hope you found some good ideas to start your own passion journal. All I'd suggest is, be playful, treat it like a scrapbook, and just put your first image in. Don't worry about perfection.